you know. Well, next up is a young girl who isn't afraid to go out of her comfort zone and experience new things. She traveled halfway around the world to Cambodia and finally found her spark. Can I please welcome on stage Isha Simon.
Okay, so have any of you started a fire in the woods? Not some raging inferno, but a small campfire, but the old-fashioned way with a pile of wood. You know, I have, and it's not as easy as it looks. It takes time and effort. It needs to be nurtured, much like that of a spark. Now, sparks, they come in many different shapes and sizes. They come as people, as inspiration, as dreams, and even as objects. But nowadays, when someone thinks of the word spark, they immediately try and think of some deep and meaningful reason for them having found so. But we all know, and as if you've probably deduced from earlier speeches, that a spark can be the littlest and most meaningless of things. A spark is something that inspires you to change. It's something that makes you flourish. It's something that drives you to do. And it's also that warm and fuzzy feeling you get after achieving so. I found my spark in a small village of Siem Reap, the former capital of Cambodia. We went there last November as a school trip, but I actually wasn't planning on going. Why? Because back then, I followed stereotype a lot, and my friends weren't going. And to be honest, my friends are really girly girls. And I thought to myself, if my friends aren't going, why should I go? I have nothing to do with some country I don't even know anything about. But then I got curious, and I went to Google, and I searched up Cambodia. And my heart went out to them. They've survived such a brutal past, such a horrible history from the Khmer Rouge regime. And yet they find the strength to persevere. They find the strength to stand up, brush off their shoulders, and keep going forward. And I said to myself, what am I doing? Why shouldn't I go? I'm my own person, aren't I? And let me tell you, it was one of the best decisions I had ever made. So we stayed at a little community camp amidst the other villagers. We learned to live like them. We did what they did. We saw life through their eyes. And as the trip to Cambodia was a community and service trip, we helped out at the local primary school for children in the district. Every morning, we'd wake up at 6 and work from 8 to 12, building a teacher's accommodation in the school grounds, so that the teachers wouldn't have to drive 4 hours away from the city to the village. And although it didn't look like we did much, I know that we made a difference and that I made someone's day a little bit brighter. And let me also tell you that going to Cambodia has changed my perspective on life for the better. Even after getting back from Cambodia, I tried my best to do something for someone else. I joined the PCRF and we raised money for the Palestinian children in need. I helped at the local primary school production and I helped a local man with some of his needs. But what I'm trying to tell you is that your spark can be anything. Every little thing counts, no matter how insignificant it may seem to others. If it matters to you, and if it motivates you to do, then no one should be able to say so otherwise. Because in the end, you should do something because you want to, not because someone else tells you to. And you do something because you deem it good, not because somebody else thinks so. So, now you know what a spark is, and you've heard my story. But what's yours? Thank you, everybody.